Imagine coming from absolute poverty to becoming one of the greatest players in the world. This is the story of Cristiano Ronaldo's junior to the top, and how he came from nothing to become the GOAT. But first up, I gotta tell you his birth story, man, because here's the shocking thing. He should have never been born. February 5th, 1985, Cristiano Ronaldo was born to Jose Diniz Aveiro and Maria Dolores Aveiro, but this should have never happened. See, Cristiano was the last of 4 kids in the Ronaldo household, and they had no plans for him because his birth came as a surprise. His parents were thinking about aborting him, but they decided to stick with the kid, and Ronaldo was born. But pretty soon they began to question this decision because growing up was tough for young Ronaldo. His dad, Jose Diniz, was a former army veteran who worked as a cleaner in the local club Andorina, and his mum, well, she was managing to get by doing odd jobs. So from a very young age, Ronaldo was left to take care of himself. It was also clear from early on that school wasn't Ronaldo's destiny because he got into more fights with teachers than he had good grades. But Ronaldo did have one thing that stood out for him though, and it was all because of his dad. See, due to his dad working as a cleaner for the local team, Cristiano followed him most times just to watch the other kids play, and pretty soon he was hooked on football. Ronaldo would spend countless hours after school training on the streets and with other kids his age, but the level of poverty in his family increased, and this was killing his chances of making it to the top. His dad became a drunk, and sometimes they had no food in the house, and Ronaldo would have to go to McDonald's to beg the waitresses for leftover meals. But still, he didn't let this stop him from achieving his goal, and by 1997 he was one step away from achieving his biggest dream as a kid. But this one was going to be his toughest challenge yet. The Sporting Lisbon Academy was scouting for young players, and out of the top picks recommended by the locals, Cristiano was chosen. They divided them into teams, and that's when one of the coaches told them the news that was going to change their lives. Whoever scores the most goals today is the person we are going to pick. And just like that, it was on. With a few minutes left till the end, Ronaldo and his teammates, Albert Fantrao, were both tied on 2 goals when the ball broke and they were faced with just the goalie to beat. Fantrao was with the ball, and all he had to do was score and grab the ticket into the academy. But instead, he slipped in Cristiano, who scored the winning goal, competed his hat-trick, and got selected. After the game, Cristiano couldn't believe what Fantrao had just done for him. So he asked him why, and his response will leave you stunned. "I passed because I wanted you to score the goal and get the ticket because you are better than me." Boom, Ronaldo was in the Sporting Academy, but he soon got faced with another problem. He was too skinny. All those early years of not eating as a kid finally began to affect him, and now he was getting bullied around. But just like in the early days, Ronaldo put in the work, hit the reps, and combined that with his talent and dribbling ability, and he had clubs all over Europe scouting him. But in 2000, everything was put on hold because Ronaldo's life was in danger. The doctors ran a test on him, and the results threw everyone into panic mode. Ronaldo had been diagnosed with a racing heart problem that made his heart beat faster even when he wasn't running or doing any exercises. And if the doctors didn't operate on him, it would lead to complications that could ultimately kill him. Ronaldo went for surgery, and lucky for him, the operation was successful. 3 months later, he was back to playing the beautiful game, and now this time he was ready to make a move that would put him on the path to greatness. 2003, Manchester United faced Sporting in a friendly, and Ronaldo was the star of the show. He tore that United defense into shreds, and by the time the game was over, Sir Alex Ferguson had seen enough. He demanded that the club sign Ronaldo ASAP. The deal was done, and $19 million later, Ronaldo was on the plane to Manchester and was about to get presented as a new Red. It was like a dream come true for him, man. All those early years of suffering were about to come to an end. And on his presentation day, Ronaldo wanted to stick to his roots by picking the same number he had used back in the academy. But Sir Alex had other ideas. "Cristiano, I want you to wear the number 7. That's it." The only problem was former United legends like Cantona, Beckham, and George Best had worn this jersey number. Ronaldo agreed to take it, and his first season at United was a mixed bag. On one hand, he was incredibly gifted when it came to dribbling, but on the other hand, he lacked the end product and finishing ability, and generally wasn't calm. So to help with the tension, some of his teammates decided to make him feel at home by taking him out on a guy's night, watching movies, or kicking back and showing him the videos on Mr. Football and how to subscribe, and that was the magic trick. Combined with hard work and the belief of his team, Ronaldo ended the season by helping his team win the FA Cup final in 2004, and even scored in the match. But later that year, in the Euros, Ronaldo was about to experience the biggest heartbreak of his career. Poor Portugal was the hosts, and on home turf, with a 19-year-old Cristiano in the team, they'd gotten to the final. The stadium was packed, the locals were everywhere. They all wanted to watch the national team win their first trophy in the country's history, but it never happened, because Greece stunned the whole world to win the game 1-0 and leave the Portuguese fans empty. Unfortunately for Ronaldo, there was more bad news around the corner, because remember when I said losing the Euros was the biggest heartbreak of his career? Yeah, well, this next one was the biggest heartbreak of his life. 2005, and Ronaldo got a call that his dad, Jose Diniz, was in a hospital. He'd been drinking for years, and now it had finally affected his liver. He was in a critical situation. Ronaldo immediately rushed over and was ready to do anything just to make his dad feel okay. But it wasn't to be, man, because a few weeks later, his dad unfortunately died, and young Ronaldo was crushed. He vowed to make it to the top for his dad, and in the years that followed, he became an absolute beast. 2007, 2008 was the peak for CR7, because by now, he'd transitioned from a flashy winger with skills and tricks to a world-class forward. Ronaldo ended that season with 42 goals in all competitions, helping United win the league with a record 31 goals and scoring the opening goal of the Champions League final that year, as United went on to win in a penalty shootout. That year, Ronaldo crowned everything by winning the Ballon d'Or, and that officially made him the best player in the world. After recovering from an ankle injury and helping United reach another Champions League final in 2009, this time losing to Barcelona, Ronaldo figured it was time to move on from United. 3 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups, a Champions League, and a Club World Cup. Ronaldo had won everything in England, and his next destination was the biggest club in the world, Real freaking Madrid. Los Blancos paid a world record fee of $80 million to get Ronaldo to the Spanish capital, and on the day of his official presentation, over 90,000 people showed up in insane numbers. Ronaldo's early years at Madrid were mixed. In 2011, he scored the winning goal in the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona, but other than that, Ronaldo was falling short. In Barca, a new rival had emerged, Lionel Messi, and the guy was taking over Europe. He won the Ballon d'Or 4 years in a row, but in 2013, it all changed for Ronaldo, as under Carlo Ancelotti, he was the star man, helping Real Madrid to finally win La Decima, scoring a record 16 goals in the Champions League, scoring in the dramatic 4-1 final win against rivals Atletico Madrid, and later winning the Ballon d'Or that summer. Ronaldo spent 9 years at Madrid and became arguably the greatest player in the club's history, man, with 450 goals in 438 games. The all-time top scorer for Los Blancos. 4 Champions League, 4 Ballon d'Ors, 3 Club World Cups, 2 league titles. He damn won everything. While all these titles meant a lot to CR7, 2016 was probably the happiest moment in his career, but don't take it from me. Here's what he said: "I haven't been this happy since the day my son was born, and here's why. Euro 2016, Portugal started slowly, just managing to get past the group stage as one of the 2 best third-place teams, but with 4 goals in the competition, including a brace against Wales in the semi-finals, Ronaldo pushed his Portugal team against the odds to reach the final, and just like deja vu from all those years back, the final was against the hosts. Only this time the opposition was France, and Portugal was the underdogs. This was supposed to be the biggest test of his national team career, but minutes into the first half, time stood still for everyone supporting CR7, because the worst nightmare became an instant reality. Ronaldo was injured and his match was over. CR7 leaving the pitch in tears always gets to me, man. Awful. But like a true champion, there was no way he'd leave his team hanging, and in the second half, Ronaldo returned to the bench, helping the team from a different angle and acting like a second coach, as Eder's solo stunning 7 minutes from the end of stoppage time helped Portugal defy the odds and win the first trophy in the country's history. Ronaldo had finally done it. The tears were the proof that this one meant everything. Ronaldo returned to Madrid a happy man, and by the summer of 2018, Ronaldo was off again, this time on a new adventure with the old lady, Juventus. Ronaldo signed a 4-year deal in 2018, and while he only spent 3 years there, totaling 101 goals in 134 matches, it just didn't work out for CR7 in Turin. He won the Serie A twice and the Coppa Italia, but Juventus brought him in to help win the Champions League, and without a proper structure in place, Ronaldo knew he had to leave. So by the summer of 2021, he made a sensational return back to United that only lasted for a season and a half. Ronaldo had a huge fallout with the new United manager Erik ten Hag, and by January 2023, he set his sights on a new league, a new country, and decided to take the standard of football there to a whole new level. These days, CR7 bangs the goals for Al Nassr, setting the standard and creating a new league league for top players around the world to join in. But despite being an amazing baller on the pitch, Ronaldo's got a secret life off it. Shady purchases, $1 million museum, and making a person disappear from the universe. Click the next video to find out the 10 shocking things you didn't know about Cristiano Ronaldo.